Hello. I'm sure you recognize that very familiar carol, "O Little Town of Bethlehem." I'd like to make a connection for you to that carol and something that's very important. I actually thought as I was preparing this devotion that it might be connected and have a longer history than I knew. So I began to research it and I found some history. But there's actually a history here that I think we need to connect and to make. One of the things that you should know is that Bethlehem means house of bread. Now, why is that significant? You may remember that in John chapter 6, and there's a record of this happening in the other Gospels, that Jesus miraculously fed 5,000 people on a hillside one day, 5,000 men, with just a little bit of fish and bread from a boy's lunch. And there was enough to feed the men, those that were with them, as many maybe as 12 to 15,000 people. And there was bread and fish left over. And there was a discussion that came about after that. And the people argued with Jesus the next day. And they said, well, that wasn't a great big deal. Moses fed us in the wilderness. But Jesus said, no, it wasn't Moses that fed you manna in the wilderness. It was my Father. And he said, the true bread is that which comes down out of heaven. And I am the bread of life. And that's what Jesus told us. And there's a huge connection there between what Jesus said, where he was born in Bethlehem, the house of bread. He is the bread. He is the living bread. The bread that satisfies our very soul. And what do we do at Christmas? All over the Christmas decorations on television, on the internet, maybe in your decorations in your home. What do you have? You ever see a gingerbread house? That's a house of bread. I could not establish in reading a connection between the gingerbread house and the truth that Jesus is the bread of life and Bethlehem is the house of bread. But I think we need to make that. I think we need to see that, teach that to our children, and as we have our holiday celebrations, teach them, this is who Jesus is. And when you see that gingerbread house, know that Jesus is the bread that satisfies. And when you see that, celebrate it. Share that with someone else in the routine observance of Christmas. And let someone else know that you have tasted that bread. And along with the psalmist, you can say to them, come, taste and see that the Lord is good. I hope that helps your holiday celebrations. I'll see you next time on our Sounds of the Season devotions. Thanks a lot.